A new Fox poll shows that most voters, a whopping 82%, say our founding fathers would disapprove of how things are currently going in Washington, D.C. Just 13% say they would approve. So how can we get back to the country our founding fathers envisioned? With us right now is Dennis Prager, author of the book, now available in paperback, Still the Best Hope, Why the World Needs American Values to Triumph. Dennis, thanks for joining us today from L.A.
Thank you, Steve.
You know, once upon a time, the world used to be afraid of us. And when we would ask Russia of something, they'd cooperate. Now we ask Russia, we ask China. We can't even get Syria to cooperate. And Syria is a tiny little country compared to everything else. What happened?
We are governed by a man who doesn't want the United States to be feared. Our president is, and this is the most important thing to know about him, is a man who believes in the most dynamic religion of the last 100 years. It's called leftism. It's not an insult, it's not an attack, it's a description of fact. And for the left, the United States should be a co-equal with other countries. The idea of a dominant America repels people on the left, therefore it repels this president. However, there's a terrible moral consequence to America's weakness. When we are strong, there is less cruelty on earth. It is as simple as that.
Sure. Well put. Let's talk a little bit about your book, because you make the case how the world is at a crossroads. They can look to our model, they can look to Islam, they can look to the European model as well. Let's talk first about e pluribus unum. What are you talking about with this?
Well, let me make clear, the American value system I identify as the American Trinity. I realized it one day many years ago, emptying my pockets at night. I took out the coins in my pocket, and sure enough, there was the American value system staring at me. Liberty, in God we trust, e pluribus unum. No other country on earth has those three values as its core values. Those are ours. E pluribus unum means from many, one. It is a belief that blood doesn't matter, race doesn't matter, you are all American. The idea of a national identity above ethnic, racial, and other identities is one of the things that has made America possible. Every country ideally would adopt that. You can't become a Japanese. You can't even become a German if you are a third. You could become a German citizen, but you're never really considered a German. In America, you become an American no matter what you look like, no matter where you are from. Then there is liberty. The European model, the left-wing model, is equality over liberty. Not equality of birth, but equality of result. That's, therefore, we can take away your liberty in the name of equality. The most obvious one being we will take as much money that you have honorably earned away from you for the sake of equality. In Europe, they tell businessmen, if you own a store in Germany, you can't keep it open past this hour,
you know what?
because then you will make more money than the next store.
Absolutely.
So
and Dennis, we're short on time, but folks, if you need a thought-provoking book, check out Still the Best Hope. Dennis Prager joining us from L.A. Thank you.